It's not the Caitlin Clark you remember from Iowa. It's not even the one who stormed the WNBA stage last year, lighting up the scoreboard but struggling on the other end. This preseason, Clark is transforming. And it's not just about deeper threes or sharper assists. It's about defense. Yes, defense. For the first time, we're seeing Caitlin get hyped about a stop, slapping the floor, calling switches, cutting off baseline attacks. She's not just participating, she's taking pride in it. And that's not happening in a vacuum. It's happening because this Indiana Fever starting five, Clark, Mitchell, Boston, Howard, and Bonner, might be the most balanced, dangerous unit the franchise has rolled out in years.
Didn't see there, she cut off the forced baseline and cut off the baseline. We're seeing her get hyped, but defense, oh my god.
Clark cuts off a drive baseline, forces a reset, then pumps her fist in celebration. You can literally see her buying into defense like never before. That moment was symbolic. Last year, Clark coasted on defense. Screens swallowed her up, rotations came late, and critics, fairly, circled her as a weak link. But this year, the muscle she built in the offseason wasn't for show. It's showing up in hip checks, lateral movement, and physicality she simply didn't have as a rookie. It's showing up in the attitude. She's not hiding on D, she's leading on it. That's growth. That's accountability.
Immediately, though, as you can see who the projected starters are going to be. So that's DeWanna Bonner, Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, Kelsey Mitchell, and of course, Caitlin Clark at the point guard. One thing I noticed about this clip right here, and I'm going to pause it.
Caitlin on how her second year feels different. The pace, the physicality, you're used to it now, you're ready for it. Clark's awareness is part of what makes her elite. She knows her weaknesses. She knew defense was one of them. That offseason wasn't about polishing her handle or extending her range. It was about strength, endurance, and defensive motor. And now we're seeing the results. A more grounded base, better recovery steps, and a guard who's not afraid to stick her nose into a drive.
Focus in the offseason was just trying to get stronger and really working on that, and really thankful for Sarah, our strength and conditioning coach, that put in a lot of time with me, and we were in here consistently. I think that was the biggest thing for myself, is just having that consistency to be able to work on it for 6 months or whatever it was. So I certainly feel a lot stronger, and I'm a pretty self-aware person. I knew that was going to be a huge part of it, and it's going to help me offensively, it's going to help me defensively, it's going to help me not get as tired throughout.
Clark, getting stronger helps me offensively, but defensively too. I don't get tired as quickly and I can hold my own. It's not just cardio, it's core, it's resistance training. It's the ability to absorb contact on screens, stay upright, and fight through hand checks. Clark didn't just come back stronger, she came back WNBA strong. That's the difference between surviving the season and owning it. And as Clark transforms, so does the team around her. Stephanie White isn't just coaching vibes, she's installing structure. You can see it in the defense. They're icing screens, communicating, forcing sideline help, and most importantly, they're doing it with the kind of roster that can finally execute.
One thing that stood out to me almost immediately, though, is you can see who the projected starters are going to be. So that's DeWanna Bonner, Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, Kelsey Mitchell, and of course, Caitlin Clark at the point guard. One thing I noticed about this clip right here, and I'm going to pause it really quick. One thing I noticed here was that their defense is moving really well together. And that is something that I've heard in interview clips, I've seen in different things on.
Rachel Demita breaks down the projected starters: Dana Bonner, Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, Kelsey Mitchell, and Caitlin Clark. That's not just a good lineup, that's a nightmare matchup. Clark brings the IQ and tempo. Mitchell brings microwave scoring. Boston is a bruiser with touch. Howard is everywhere. And Bonner, she's the glue, the voice, the vet who's seen it all and doesn't flinch. That group isn't just talented, it's balanced. Offense, defense, leadership, size. No glaring holes, no passengers.
I've been impressed with her game, whether she's on the Fever or not, is DeWanna Bonner, because she is just someone. She's a veteran, she's in the right place at the right time, even though this is the first time that they're on the court together and they're still working out their offenses, figuring out each other's play style. DeWanna Bonner just knows where to be, and you can see her almost being a floor general without.
Natasha Howard chases down a block, then recovers for a second effort. Howard is the X factor. Her motor is relentless. In scrimmages, she's popping up on help side rotations, contesting corner threes, and running the floor like a guard. Every good team needs a chaos creator, and she's it. She's the reason Indiana can run aggressive defensive sets without constantly breaking down.
DB has been tremendous. She's such a selfless leader. She's she's here to win. She says that, but she like really means it, and she leads in that example every single day. Like we were just sitting over there talking after today, like just talking about practice and things we need to work on, things that went well, things that everybody knows we have so much talent, but at the same time, like you got to put that together. It's not going to be like, all right, you have all these great players, step out on the court, it's going to work. Like it's going to take a little bit of time to figure things out, figure out how everybody works with one another. So DB's been tremendous, and obviously, not only as a leader, she's a tremendous basketball player too, and she's won championships. She knows what it is. So when she speaks, everybody listens. So
Clark on Dana Bonner. She's selfless. She leads every day. I want to win for her. Bonner might be the most important offseason addition nobody's talking about. Not just because she can score and defend, but because she sets the tone. When a second-year player like Clark says, I want to win for her, that's leadership. Bonner gives Indiana something they lacked last year: identity, grit, accountability, a veteran who makes everyone else better. Let's talk offense. Because while the defense is catching eyes, this team's new spacing is lethal. Clark and Mitchell are flanked by stretch options. They're running 4-out, 1-in sets. Quick ball movement, early pick and rolls, high horns, and pace. Lots of pace.
With the Indiana Fever, and it seems like they're running almost like a 4-out, 1-in, 5-out spread offense that's going to be really hard to guard. And
Caitlin runs high P&R, kicks to the wing, clean look, in rhythm, off-ball movement humming. This isn't the predictable, stagnant Fever of 2023. This is flow basketball. Clark's best skill is anticipation. She sees the second pass before the first one is even made, and with space around her, she's going to feast. But the real key? Everyone's touching the ball. That keeps defenses honest, and teammates locked in. Now here's the underrated part: chemistry. As Clark admitted, this is essentially a new team. New coach, new roles. But the egos? Nowhere in sight. No posturing, no ball hogs, just pros. And that's dangerous. Because when you combine elite talent with unselfish mindsets, that's how dynasties start.
how do you listen and how do you get better? And I think it all speaks to like the relationships that you have with your teammates. It's like you got to go out of your way to build those. So when something goes wrong or you have to hold somebody accountable, they know it's coming in the best interest of the team.
Clark, you've got to build relationships so when you hold someone accountable, they know it's for the team. That's maturity. That's leadership. Clark isn't just trying to be the star, she's trying to be the leader. She understands team dynamics. She understands locker room temperature. And when the alpha of the team is about accountability, the culture shifts. That's what wins. This Indiana Fever team isn't just intriguing, it's dangerous. You've got a generational talent in Clark, now stronger and smarter, a bruising front court with Boston and Howard, two floor spacing veterans in Mitchell and Bonner, and a real head coach in Stephanie White who actually coaches both ends. Last year, they were fun. This year, they're for real. So if you're still sleeping on the Fever, wake up. The defense isn't optional anymore. The ball's moving, the bench is louder, the stars are sharper. And Caitlin Clark? She's no longer just chasing Rookie of the Year buzz or highlight reels, she's chasing wins. This isn't a rebuild, this is a breakout. Welcome to the new Indiana Fever.